I am here. Say hello to my tomato plants. They are waiting to go outside and grow and get fruit. And they are living in the studio, you see, in the glass house kind of. And they are kind of equal to everything we do here, is growing. My team, it's Dirk and me. Dirk is my husband, and a long life together. He's not an artist. I'm the one who makes the art, and Dirk is helping me to make the molds and packing, sending away, having kind of ideas about how to work with this and that material. He learned easily how to cast glass and was building our first studio together with another studio artist who knew all about it. So we were doing our own castings, which were up to 40 kilo. We did ourselves in the studio, and we had to transport them and to pack them and to polish them and to everything. Dirk was around. He was almost 14 different people for me. Of course, when we did really large things, Dirk and me, we had to work together with other experts. And this was, one of them was Radovan Brüchter, which is our dear friend now. He came once a year, he's still coming once a year for a month or so, but he's also working with the real large things in his own studio. When I work with metals, I do this now very often. I have a good team also. And this is Christian Pfeiffer, who's helping me in the metal works. Hundreds of drawings, never-ending story. What's behind the mask is a theme. You all carry masks, we all. And instead of doing drawings, you can easily, and as well, working in clay. I call that making a drawing in a dimension, and clay is a fantastic material. When you put glass on this drawing in clay, you would get this piece maybe as a result. And here we have the negative. It's a negative sculpture which is showing a positive, which is very fascinating. No other material can do that. That is still kind of a mask. And nose. And the same thing, really very large. from head and face to the body. Body is a gesture also. You dance, you have movements, you express something with your body. At that time, I was much interested in dance theater. And the result was to do a group of people moving and also showing lots of people and one going out from the group, the individual. But even in the small pieces, I thought the gesture is the most important. A gesture with your arm could be a wing. Or take the classical gesture, kind of lifting you up the arm. Everything is possible in clay and then in glass. Movement here, this piece is called step. And then to the most important pieces I think I have done in the figure series. Andante. You have in this piece somebody negative, going through, getting positive. And for me, this is a piece of room and time. And you know, room and time, the old Greece, this was kind of the base for doing art, to develop time and space. Time and space again, but this time getting wild. She is jumping in the glass piece, in the time, and we're making her steps and coming out more excited or more watching. Time and space, again, I went to something which has nothing to do with body anymore. But that's not right. It has to do with body. And we have time in it. Once more. Up, 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 up. What do you do up there? It's a kind of trap. Trap is also because of what you see isn't there. The mirroring in the piece. Another piece is the arena, called the arena. You can step up, but you can sit down and take it easy and look at things. Another trap here, the trap of the bird. This bird is going, noosing, and is wondering what's going on with himself in the glass. You can see him in different shapes if you are looking into the glass. Nothing. Why? You cover over something, you look into it, and you wouldn't see it. Nothing. It's nothing. I think it's my last piece in glass. Concerning the question, why glass? I started as a designer for a glass factory, Costa. 500 people should get employment through the two designers here, Anne and Göran Wolff. This is not doing art, this is doing serving the industry, the glass industry, the manufacturer. But I learned a lot at that time. I learned what glass was and which fantastic possibilities there were. So I started doing my one-of-a-kind pieces in form of etching and sandblasting images, narrative stories on glass. looking like this. The stories had to do with my life at home, family life. And I was fascinated doing this, though I don't feel like an artist. At that time, at that coaster time, I get involved suddenly into the glass movement. I was invited to different schools through Marvin Lipowski and Dave Chihuly. And there was the main thing, the most fantastic thing was kind of that we were sharing our ideas, techniques, having a fantastic time with each other, listening to each other. And this was for me something completely new, where I was respected as an artist suddenly, and not as a designer. So I stayed with glass for a while, just for the sharing and for the societies, the art societies. Let's talk about art, which is part of the word glass art. We should leave the glass for a while. And I think it's best to make a quote which Picasso had said: "Art is something which blows away the dust from your head." No, not head, from your soul. And this means, in a way, that you could, that art is kind of impressing you, or you get in touch with it and it changes you in a way. The other things, the decorative moment, which is so strong in glass, should be put aside for a while, I think. And it's very important to focus on art, even if you are a glass person and work with glass mainly. And very often I miss this approach. What to say more? I think for me it was time. I am now getting in the last season of my life to look back. And this I have done for several years now. And I have looked at my work I have done and started with small drawings, which I blew up in big sizes. And they are all around here. There's a woman sitting with a hood on and hiding her hair. And you see a lot of threads around. The thread as a lifeline has been following me always when I made drawings, because my drawings are done of lines. Here's a hood, and it's not done in glass anymore. Today, I prefer metal. And the metal is fantastic if you work with the very shiny parts and the rough, dark ones. The bird again, he's coming out of the hood. And even other things are involved with hoods. Structures or shapes. And they meet each other, that's the meaning. For to talk or not to talk. it's not only to go back to the hood or to the thread or to the drawings. It's, for me, it is also is something to go back to the very beginning, to the very first drawing kids do. And there we are in a theme which I call my poddies. Poddy is coming from cephalopod, which is a drawing where only the head is important, and kids make arms, eyes, here in a simple way. I am in that to find my own poddy, and I am the poddy in different ways. In metal. In metal again. The thread is around, as in my very first drawings. The thread is around. I want to talk about the thread again, which I take up again after my very first drawing. And the thread is not only in the drawing, I even surround the images by real embroidery. These works are devoted to my mother. There are the ones which involve my face, my foot, and the bird. My latest work, where the bird is involved, are filled with embroidery. And after all glass making, I'm interested now very much in lines, the lifeline. You could call me an embroidery artist.